Need more. Gotta have more rockets. I definitely should have put on, well, so I was just thinking in my head, maybe I should have put on another rocket maker, but the thing is, once we get done with this kind of initial initial cleanup, I guess you could say, for what we've got going on now. If it if we got to come back out and kill things, it'll have enough time to give us all the rockets we're ever going to need. So, yeah, at this point we just got to let it kind of marinate in. Before you know it, we'll have plethora of rockets. I see you. I know you see me too. Before you start attacking myself. Get by the train. Yet. It is coming. Now, heal and don't pick it up. I gotta fix the power here. We got some work to do on the base. That's for sure. We gotta upgrade lines and upgrade production facilities, stuff like that. What else? Anything else interesting? Yeah, sure. We can research that. Explosive rocket, you say? Or do I want to build a tank? That's a tough one. That's a tough one. We might get into tank production after we come back from lunch. 190 should be enough. So I think the only thing we got left, yes, they can. Well, that's why I thought about grabbing them, is because it would give us a nice platform to shoot our rockets from. So yeah, we'll have to see, because the explosive rocket shells are pretty. Might have to grab those to have, you know, more rocket fun. We're gonna hit some stuff. Much as I thought we were gonna hit. Okay. So we just got to add explosives. Another thing of explosives, which obviously we know we have everything down there. So actually making the explosive rockets wouldn't take that much effort. Like I said, we got everything we need is right there. do need coal. Yeah, I think what's... Wow, that was not planned, but that was good driving. What's up, Doc Norway? You can't put rockets into the, I know they shoot their cannon shells, but they don't have, like dual mode? Like, for both? Okay, so the tank has the tank cannon, it has a machine gun and a flamethrower. Really? Well, that's kind of cool. Okay. Well, you're right. Yeah, I think you're right. No rockets. But the cannon shell kind of acts like an upgraded rocket, it looks like. That's going to be 300, it gives not only direct damage, but a splash damage. What are we sitting here? Versus our rockets. So it's more damage than our rockets. Plus, it comes already doing splash, whereas ours does not do splash right now. We'd have to upgrade to the explosive rockets to get the splash. Yes, you are 100% right there, Doc Norway. And welcome, by the way. Thank you for the first time chat. Let me check this out. We know there's at least one more. Yep. Yeah. So we know we're at least one more camp that's raiding us. We just got to get there, which is why we're building this low. You know, there's absolutely nothing wrong with not playing with any bugs. And I've made this comment before, and I'll make it again. The worst thing I think Factorio did was change the military production to be stuff that you have to actually produce. Long time ago, and I don't remember what version, it was all based off of killing. So you had to, each one of the spawners would give you an alien kind of like orb. Orb is a good way to put it. And you took that orb and you combined it with some simple stuff, and that's what gave you the production. See, that mod I would definitely play with, because right now besides being an annoyance, the enemies don't really do anything. I mean, technically, yeah, it's an end game condition, right? You can lose. Yeah. I've been playing Factorio for a while. I'm what you call the older side of things. And I think they did away with that a long time ago. Long time ago. But it gave purpose for going out and hunting these things down. Now it seems like the critters, all they are is an endgame condition. So they only utility they bring is the ability to have you loot, which is in and of itself is not a bad thing. I wish there was more functionality to it, like there used to be. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, sure, I like that too. But I do like the combat in the game. yeah, like I said, I enjoy the combat in the game. It's a lot of fun. Sometimes I think these guys are way too aggressive. But that's why I like to play on the railroad setting. It means these guys can't expand and go really crazy. The last time I played this, yeah, well that's true. But yeah, last time I played this, we played railroad conditions, which is basically the same scenario, but where the critters could expand and it was too much. They were expanding faster than we could get them killed. And, yeah. Alright, and that's all the spawners there. And I think that's it. I think that's all I have to worry about down here. We're gonna take a little peek-see, clear a little bit more of this area out. But I'm pretty sure that we're gonna be okay for a while. Yeah, I know. Those are the guys that passed us. Nothing else is in. I mean, these are 3 worms, so I don't have to worry about that. I don't know why I'm not driving here. Okay. You know what? That'll be fine. We should be fine. No. Well, I mean, yes, but in this game, gas is cheap. Okay. Let's clean up what we were. We don't need this line of stuff anymore, so we're going to clean it up and start making our way back to base, and we can start building now. Full force. Which I am excited about. Again, I like combat. But and the first thing we need, I want that finished by the time we get back. Because the first thing we're gonna do is put electric furnaces online and let them roll. And I'll probably leave the game running during lunch, so we can build up a good amount of those electric furnaces and start being able to actually speak words. We love it. We'll actually be able to start putting our production lines on, getting them up and running. I forget what we need for solid fuel. Oh yeah, solid fuel is petroleum. Okay. We might actually turn one of these oils into a solid fuel maker. Just come down here, and build a bunch of refiners of solid fuel that feeds our power production. But again, the first thing we're gonna do when we get back from lunch is get coal. Our coal is just sad right now. I'm not gonna worry about cleaning up this until we've got a few things ready to go. And then we're going to basically tear that down and we're going to be building things over it. Because we don't need those resources. We don't need those resources. So, we traveled quite a bit. I'm quite happy with the amount we've traveled today. So, and how much we've actually eliminated. Again, rockets had a profound effect on that. Jeez. Yes. We as Americans are quite spoiled and seem to complain when other countries have it a lot worse on some things. Then again, our gas should be cheaper than it is right now. Woo-wee. It's just too much. See, yeah. And gas prices affect literally everything else. As the price of gas goes up, the price of everything goes up. It befits a country to keep gas prices as low as humanly possible. Especially if your country, like America, the majority of our goods are shipped via semis. Right? So the more it takes them to ship things, the more they're going to charge to ship it, which means the more product's going to cost. So yeah, it's not it is a very good idea if you're running a state or a country to keep your gas prices as low as you can possibly get it. But $8 a gallon is still it's too much. It's too much. Yeah. Yeah, that's what yes. You guys should have very cheap gas. If you produce your own, well, and I'd be very curious to know how much of that $8 a gallon is just taxes. In, taxes and regulations that are passed on to the consumer. Because all those taxes and stuff like that they put on companies and stuff like that, companies aren't really paying that. They pass it on to the consumer, right? So I'd be curious to know, because in America, most of what our gas is taxes. You would think with gas, but gas is a weird thing. So if you take like BP or like the Phillips, I have a Phillips gas station that's right down the road for me that I go to all the time. They know me by name. I know the owner. Very, very nice people. Gas right now, I think is, what is it? It's like $3 a gallon or something like that. $3.50. Of that $3.50, the gas station itself makes about 4 to 5 cents per gallon. Is what the gas station makes. I think the Phillips brand makes 50 cents per gallon, 50 or 75%, or 50 or 75 cents per gallon, and then everything else is taxes and regulations. Just here in America. The refineries get very little as well. Yeah, 50%. Yeah. See, it's plus different places where you are demand different. Like every state in the United States has a different composition of gas that's required, and each company has a little variation. And it's like, okay, why don't you just standardize it and you'd save a crap ton of money. There's a lot of issues there. There's a lot of issues there, but I wouldn't blame it all on corporate greed. Some of it's greed. Some of it's, they want to make a profit, and to a certain extent, I don't blame them for wanting to make a profit. Sometimes I think people take that overboard, but at least in America, we have options, so we usually settle that with our pocketbooks. If somebody's getting out of hand, usually the market will step in. The people will go, wait, that's crazy, I'm not paying that price, and it keeps it competitive. But yeah, and unfortunately, some of that money is to grease the palms of politicians so they can, keep working. So that all gets filtered into the price of gas, and yeah. So there's a lot that goes into, but yeah, gas stations themselves, they barely make peanuts on that money, and it's kind of sad that they don't make barely anything. See, and I don't understand that, right? So, electric cars aren't greener. They're not, like, the final product is greener-ish, yes, depending on how you produce your electricity, right? But still, the most predominant form, at least here in the U.S., of electricity that's produced is due to coal. And so you still need the coal to produce power to run the electric cars. Plus, electric cars they're just not sustainable right now, which is kind of understandable. The technology is still new, right? It's not like electric cars have been around for 100 years and we perfected them. The other big problem with electric cars is that the batteries used to power the electric cars, coal is kind of dirty. There's such thing as, in terms of clean coal, there's we won't go down that rabbit hole. That's a whole different rabbit hole but the batteries themselves need cobalt, which cobalt itself destroys the environment, depending on how you look at it. It's incredibly hard to manufacture and to dig up out of the ground, and the batteries don't decompose. There's issues with the electric cars. Not saying that we shouldn't, hydroelectric's not bad. Hydroelectric is pretty good. I'm a big fan of nuclear power. It's clean, it's efficient, doesn't run out. There's really been no incidences. I mean, there's been a couple of incidences where nuclear's had an issue, but not really. Um, yeah, and that's another problem. We don't, as countries, we don't produce as much power as needed to go to electric. Plus, the carbon emissions from a car is minimal. Um, it's really they're not doing that to save their environment. They're doing that for a political statement. There's a bunch of other stuff. If you're worried about the environment and pollution and everything, the best thing that politicians could do to stop that, instead of trying to replace one pollution with a different type of pollution in the back end, plant a bunch of trees. Trees are natural filters. They're gonna clean the air. That's what they do. So yeah, switching the whole country straight over to electric is not the. Ooh, now that would be cool. Yeah, nuclear power plants. I like nuclear power. I am a fan. I wish America would switch all of its power generations to nuclear. If I was the king of America for a day, we'd switch over to nuclear in a heartbeat. Some people might like that. Some people might not. But I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan. And Norway does have a lot. Actually, Norway's been a place I've wanted to visit for a very, very long time. Yeah, but Chernobyl. Yeah, Chernobyl is a hard lesson in what happens when you have no regulations. Well, the best thing we could do is upgrade all our designs, which some of our designs haven't been upgraded. Some of our nuclear power plants haven't been allowed to be upgraded with new safety standards and new. Yeah, if I had the time, I would. I would definitely go and visit. But yeah, we update them. We make them more secure than they already are. They're really, really secure. U.S. versions are really, really secure. We had one incident long time ago, but it was like when we just started our nuclear programs, and it didn't cause a big meltdown. It was just, we had some issues. But besides that, Rhode Island had it. Besides that, we've had, like I said, nuclear power is for the most part clean. All right, guys, the ad's about to start. We're gonna go ahead and take lunch. We will be back in about 35 minutes for some more. Hope to see you guys there. So yeah, we'll see you guys then.